I didn't call it Star Trek when I was a kid, I called it Spock. You know, I must have been like 8 years old. Spock! I want Spock, I want Spock! That was a name that stood out with his ears, and he was an highly intelligent being, you know.
And he was a good alien as well. That was another thing, that's the reason why
I mean, I actually connected with Spock right from the start.
Most illogical reaction.
And I think it was about 86, 87, maybe, when he started making The Next Generation, when he started making it. And I was in the States at the time, and I was thinking, oh, bollocks. You know, it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be like, well, you know, not like, it's going to be like
didn't think it
the
would be
Fall
very
Guy
good
or something.
anything.
I thought it was a bad
like
idea. Anyway, after like watching a few episodes of The Next Generation, I mean, that totally blew me. In both ways, you know, really did. I mean, and to me, a lot of the things, it's like totally believable.
Computer, store program Picard Delta 1 in active memory and discontinue simulation.
Program stored.
And I always think what we can imagine, we can do.
Yeah. If you can think of something, it's possible, man.
I think you know that's impossible.
I mean, my favourite one really was when Moriarty,
you know,
from Sherlock Holmes,
Sherlock's nemesis,
actually tried to take over the ship.
The time for games is over.
Professor Moriarty, I presume.
Data had got to deal with all this extremely futuristic, intelligent life forms, dealing with, you know, people from other planets, and, you know, is warp factor free safe for the ozone and all that lot. So when he chills, he goes on the hologram deck, where he plays Sherlock Holmes and shit like
holiday
that.
Deck.
On the holiday deck. Well, it is the holiday deck. Let's forget the hologram deck. It's the holiday deck. I mean, if we had something as capable as that now...
if I owned that, I'd make millions out of it.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, drug abuse would go down by... 100%.
100%.
I was created as a plaything so that your commander Data could masquerade as Sherlock Holmes. But they made me too well, and I became more than a character in a story. I became self-aware. I am alive. That's not possible. But here I am.
Well, Moriarty, anyway. Moriarty, for somehow, because he's so clever and so cunning, he manages to sort of, like, convince the captain and Data that they're back on the Starship Enterprise, but he's wandering about. And he's not. They're all still on the hologram deck.
I think. Therefore, I am.
Right, so basically, to cut a long story short, a short story tall.
A long story short.
Yeah, and both.
Yeah.
Moriarty sets a piss and has a great time.
Where is Captain Picard? And what have you done with Lieutenant Barclay and Commander Data?
They're safe, for now.
Release control of this ship.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
There's a big sort of Sherlock Holmes Moriarty sort of battle going on with Picard and Moriarty.
And I am able to use the power at my fingertips.
They got Moriarty, and they actually, like, put him in this little box. And in this little box as big as a Rubik's Cube, Moriarty could actually go on, like, 90 billion different adventures that all lasted for, like, years at a time. So he would never know that he was in this little box. He could actually get off on all his adventures, and everything that was actually happening to Moriarty, who was an hologram anyway, was real.
But in the little box.
So you can imagine, imagine we're in the little box, and we're, like, controlled, like, in the little box.
This enhancement module contains enough active memory to provide them with experiences for a lifetime.
They will live their lives and never know any difference.
Which is pretty much like life on Earth, as we know it.
As we know it.
And we're not f***ing weird. Right?
Right.
We believe it, and we'll stand by our guns.